In the middle of the San Francisco Bay, there is a small island. Instead of green trees, it is surrounded by gray rocks and a melancholy silence. The name of this island is Alcatraz. From a distance, it looks like a calm and quiet island, but the reality is completely different. With every stone of this island is tied fear, mystery, and the silent screams of history. In the 20th century, the island was the most impregnable and terrifying prison of the United States. Everyone calls this prison the Rock. Surrounded by rough seas, icy water, and an impenetrable security system, this prison was a kind of death trap. Though the prison was first built here in 1909, in 1934 a new chapter began with maximum security measures. The goal was just one: to create such a terrifying and difficult place that prisoners would never even dream of escaping once they entered. This prison housed the most notorious prisoners, whose names alone could send shivers down your spine. Here was once imprisoned the terrifying mafia leader Al Capone. There were serial killers, Birdman, Robert Stroud, and Machine Gun Kelly. Terrifying criminals like them. It is said that thinking about escaping from here was pure foolishness. To cut costs, in 1963, the prison was permanently shut down. Recently, U.S. President Donald Trump ordered the prison to be reopened and expanded. He also claimed that no one had ever escaped from Alcatraz. But is that really true? History says something else. Tied to the name of Alcatraz is the story of a daring prison break. The time was 1962. World War II had ended long ago, but American society was still unstable. With economic depression and political unrest, new crimes were being born on city streets every day. Guns, drugs, and bank robberies were everyday events. During that time, while robbing, two brothers from a farmer family in Georgia ended up in prison: John Anglin and Clarence Anglin. Because they tried to escape repeatedly, they were eventually brought to Alcatraz. On this island, the two brothers met another notorious prisoner named Frank Lee Morris. Frank Morris's life was as thrilling as a movie plot. After losing his parents in childhood, he ran away from his foster family and entered the world of crime. Extremely intelligent and cold-blooded, Morris was infamous for escaping from prison. After coming to Alcatraz, he once again began planning an impossible task: finding a way to escape from this impregnable prison. The Anglin brothers joined Frank's plan. Another prisoner, Alan West, also joined them. In the darkness of night, they fooled the guards and began scraping the cell's ventilator with spoons bit by bit. But the task was not at all easy. Every day they worked for several hours. They were also busy trying various ways to muffle the sound so that it wouldn't be heard outside. This secret work continued for almost 6 months. Before escaping, they had to make fake heads. With toilet tissue, old papers, and hair from the prison salon, they made such realistic heads that anyone would mistake them for real people. The night of June 11th, 1962. Everything in the plan was going perfectly. But trouble arose with West. Due to being slightly overweight, he got stuck while trying to get out through the vent. After many attempts, when he couldn't get out, he himself decided to stay back. Late at night, when everyone was asleep, Frank Morris and the two brothers John and Clarence Anglin escaped through the small vent opening. They reached the prison roof. Then they climbed down using pipes. Crossing the high walls of the prison, they reached the seashore. By stitching together over 50 raincoats, they made a raft. With it began an impossible mission to cross the rough sea. The next morning, during routine inspection, guards were shocked. The prisoners were still sleeping in 3 cells. Seeing such a scene, suspicion grew. When they poked the heads with sticks, the real truth was revealed. Immediately, sirens echoed throughout the prison. A massive search began, but by then, it was too late. The 3 prisoners had completely vanished. The FBI conducted the investigation. Even after 17 years of investigation, they could not determine what happened to the 3 prisoners. Finally, in 1979, the investigation was closed with the declaration that they had likely drowned in the sea. But many still believe that the 3 actually managed to escape successfully. It is said that they reached a nearby island that night and disappeared after stealing a car. Just 1 year after this scandal, Alcatraz was shut down due to excessive cost. But to this day, the island stands as a witness to the mystery. Every year, countless tourists visit the island. Even for a moment, the prison break story feels real. Reality can sometimes be more thrilling and mysterious than fiction. The answer to that mystery might be buried in the blue depth of the sea, or perhaps still lives in the victorious smile of the 3 former prisoners somewhere in the world.